Hey everyone, I'm Brian Smith. I work with the Red Kettle campaign for the Salvation Army, and today I'm going to show you just how easy it is to register to ring as a Salvation Army bell ringer. So the first thing we're going to do is go to registertoring.com, and I've already got it up here, so I'm going to go ahead and click enter. And this is going to take us to the main homepage. And from here, you can choose what city and state or what zip code you live in or you're looking to volunteer in. We are going to do Indianapolis, Indiana. Go ahead and click go. And this takes us to your specific area's homepage. From here, you can click on About Us and see some more information about your local Salvation Army. If you're a returning bell ringer, you can log in here. You can check out frequently asked questions like, how does bell ringing work and where do I go? Or how many people can be at a kettle? Many of your questions could be answered here. You can also donate now or change the area or the city that you were originally looking in. I'm going to go back to the front here. And step one we can see is to narrow down the options. So the first thing we're going to do is select our date range. So it automatically populates today's date, but we're going to look ahead to November 14th of this year. And we'll go ahead and just click out of it. And I could narrow it down further. I could pick a specific city, like just Fishers, or just Indianapolis, or a combination of any of the three. I could also narrow it down by location. Say, for instance, if I only wanted to see the Kroger and the Marsh locations. But for right now, we're just going to do a basic generic search to find everything that's available on November 14th. So this brings us to the second step, which is to select and reserve your shift. And so as we can see down here, all of the available locations that we could ring at. It also gives us the address, and you could even click on the map to see exactly where the location is and find directions there. Now I'm going to go ahead and pick Sullivan's Hardware for this, and I'm going to click on the See Shifts so that it'll show me what shifts during that day are available. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and pick 2 shifts, and I'm going to do 4 o'clock to 6 o'clock, and I'm going to stay for the next shift from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm going to go ahead and reserve these selected shifts. And now it's going to ask me to either sign in. So if I was an existing bell ringer, I would have my username and password that I would sign in with. Or I could create a new account. And you'll see it gives you 2 options. You can either create an individual account, which would be if I would like to create my own schedule to ring, and I can still have my family and friends join me, they would just make their own account. Or I could create a group account, which is if I was in charge of scheduling people to ring for an organization, my church, my school, or my business. So I'm going to go ahead and create an individual account. So we'll click here. I'm going to add in my username, register to ring guru, my password, confirm that. I'm going to go ahead and put my email address. And the nice feature is that it autofills my information. I would normally have entered my first name, my last name, my home address. And it just asks for one phone number, just so that we can get a hold of you in case there's any emergency or any last minute information. And it just asks that I check that I'm at least 15 years old. And I'm going to go ahead and submit. So now it's asking me to confirm my shifts. So I see that for November 14th, I'm scheduled from 4 to 6 and from 6 to 8 at Sullivan's Hardware with the address. And I'm going to go ahead and confirm that I do want to ring here. And now step 4, this is where I can add additional information. So say I had a friend that wanted to ring with me, I would put 2, since there was going to be myself plus one other. And here I could also add that information for my friend. I could put his or her email address, first and last name here. I could put any notes if there were any special circumstances. Or if I was an individual signing up with a group, if my group leader had already signed up, I could go ahead and search for the name of the organization here and associate myself with them. At this point, though, I'm finished, so I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. And I get my confirmation that it is official. I'm also going to receive an email letting me know all the details that I need to know, as well as if I had signed a friend up, they would have also gotten that initial email letting them know all their details. From here, I could share it with my friends on Facebook, on Twitter, on Pinterest, or I could even email it to someone. And that's it. That's as simple as it is. If you wanted to find another date, you could come back here to your search feature, select a new date, and start the process over again. And now, once I have officially registered, I can go to my account and I can see my profile information. So this would be the username I made, all my information. I could also change my password here if I wished. I can also see my shift history, which in this case there won't be anything there because I haven't actually completed any shifts yet. And I can also see under my totals, I can see the amount of money that I helped to raise that year once my shift is over. I can also go to my schedule, and just to confirm or remind myself of any of the shifts that I had signed up for. And again, I could go here and change the number of ringers, change my additional ringers that will be joining me, my notes, community service, and my groups and orgs that I'm associated with. So that's all for now. Stay tuned for more fun information about bell ringing with the Salvation Army.